Battlefield 6 is coming out this Friday, and on the eve of that, we
played it first.
We played it first, yes.
Just kidding.
We have some news that is on the cusp of the excitement that is Battlefield 6. There's some not so great news potentially about a new acquisition. EA has been trying to, Electronic Arts, the publisher of Battlefield 6, has been trying to get bought for a while. They've been trying to go private. They've been public for a little while. On September 29th, 2025, they've announced that they have entered into a agreement to be acquired by a consortium made up of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, known as PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners, which is, I think, one of those, I don't remember which one, but one of them is Jared Kushner, his company that he works for and stuff like that. So he is associated with Donald Trump, all that stuff, and he's also part of this deal as well. And he was actually kind of what I've read is he was kind of the person that was pushing this deal forward and like kind of helping facilitate making sure it happened and went through, because it almost fell through a couple times, but he like helped to kind of push that through for the biggest investment that's ever occurred in gaming, $55 billion, all cash.
That's
weird. Electronic Arts. So under these terms, EA shareholders, this is if you have EA shares, which I wish I had, you're going to get $210 per share. So that's a 25% premium over EA's trading price prior to the deal's news. The consortium will roll over the fund's existing 9.9% stake. So they already had a stake in Electronic Arts. And so that's going to roll over their ownership into the consortium of these three companies. And then the financing structure. So this is where it gets a little interesting. So it's $55 billion. $36 billion of it is in equity from the consortium. So this means they have equity of money they've made from other properties and things that they've invested in that they're using to fund this investment, plus $20 billion in debt that's going to be leveraged that EA is going to take on when this deal goes through. So the second this deal goes through, EA will be $20 billion further in debt, and they have to figure out how to pay that back.
Jesus.
That's where the tricky thing comes into play. So this deal is going to close Q1 2027, basically, which is going to be sometime before June 2026, pending approval. EA will be taken fully private and no longer a public company. CEO Andrew Wilson will remain in his role but become much, much wealthier because he has lots of shares. And the company will continue to be headquartered in Redwood, California. The boards approved the transaction. In an internal message to employees, Wilson said, "Values and commitment to players and fans around the world will remain unchanged." We've heard that before. So what's going on? Why is Saudi Arabia getting involved in gaming? So the PIF has been actively building a portfolio in gaming and esports as part of their push to diversify their economy away from just oil and start to branch out and build more basically power and wealth and stuff like that. So EA is going to bring them Madden, Battlefield, The Sims, deep development capabilities, prestige, etc., fitting into their ambition of having, quote, trophy assets in the interactive entertainment industry. So in addition, this deal gives Saudi Arabia a marquee name in gaming and expands its influence in the West's entertainment tech space. Silver Lake has long had interest in gaming entertainment and sees EA as a stable cash flow generator for this. This leveraged buyout uses debt to maximize that return. The idea is to use EA's cash flows to service the debt and eventually take the gain. So the goal is there's so much cash flow coming in, they can apply that to pay off the debt, and then eventually, that money maker that they're doing will eventually start yielding like tons and tons of dividends down the line. The timing, just before Battlefield release, indicates they have very good confidence in the pipeline of EA, and this is going to further solidify that decision. So for shareholders, you have an immediate exit, $210 per share, reduces public market pressures, and allows for more long horizon decisions. And being private allows them more flexibility to restructure the company. They don't have to worry about a board. They don't have to react to shareholders anymore. So they can pivot away from short-term investor expectations. So if they don't have to worry about the quarterly earnings report where it's like, oh, you guys fucked up, so that's a problem, they can be more open and flexible and all that. And the owners may aim to reorganize the operations, trim underperforming units, or reallocate capital across studios more aggressively without fear of public backlash. So that was a lot of information talked about. There's a bunch of other stuff we can get into that I can get into later, but I'm curious to know, what are y'all's like kind of initial impressions of this buyout, and do you think this is going to be good, or do you think this will be bad for EA and gaming as a whole?
I didn't know they were public.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I owned some stock with them a while back, and then I sold it like an idiot because now it's been worth more money.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
I'm just curious how this is going to affect gaming in general. I feel like there's going to be like, because they owe $20 billion?
$20 billion, and that's in not counting the debt they already have, which I don't know what that is, but I was listening to a podcast with Jason Schreier, who you guys are aware of, is like, he used to work for what do you work for? Kotaku. Now he's at Bloomberg. Obviously, he's very touched into this because at Bloomberg there's a lot of finance related stuff. He doesn't know anything yet about this beyond the buyout, but a couple of things that he mentioned is that very obviously this means that there will be layoffs at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you take on $20 billion of debt, you need to start cutting costs.
Trimming the fat, baby.
So where do you do that? Do you do that? And then potentially one of the other big things that I've heard about is selling off IP that's underperforming. So, maybe they sell off The Sims. Maybe they sell off,
Battlefront.
Battlefront. Yeah, I mean, it could be their Star Wars license, which I think they've already sold off because they used to have exclusive rights to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then I think I don't know if they sold that off or that just got removed.
I think it ended.
Whatever. Yeah, I think it ended. Yeah. Which is why
Disney was like,
other people can do it.
You're not doing it.
So we could see, this could go either way, right?
Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, chances are, we've seen what happened with Xbox. They bought all these studios, and half of the studios they closed.
Yeah.
I think the biggest red flag here is I think the future of BioWare has a ticking time clock right now.
I forgot about BioWare.
Because I feel like they would be the first ones to go, because a lot of the other mention here too is like Saudi Arabia is a very different place than America. And
what?
Yeah, right?
What?
Right? And we just released a Dragon Age game that had a transgender character in it. Like,
that's not gonna fly.
That's not gonna fly. They're gonna be like, cut that out.
I'm curious how that's gonna affect like Battlefield, for example, dealing with war type stuff.
Yeah.
As well.
For that, they're probably like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Oil and war like funds all their stuff probably. So they're like, hey, why not?
It could be a hit or miss though. But yeah, something like Dragon Age.
Yeah, initially I was feeling positive about it because of that reason. Like, we can bring some normality back instead of being so political with everything that's made these days, and they could just kind of move the pendulum back to the middle a little bit. And I think maybe selling off some of these IPs would be a good thing for the IPs. Potentially put it in the hands of people who really want to do something special with it, like Dreamland. It'd be cool if they... I don't know if they have...
Dreamland.
Not Dreamland. Dreamhaven?
Dreamhaven, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they have the capital to purchase any of this stuff, but to maybe, move Dragon Age to them and see what they have to do, or find a company who's like, ooh, we really want to make this game.
Yeah.
Maybe... Well, I don't know if... dang it. Who does Baldur's Gate?
Larian.
Yeah, Larian would...
They've already done successful. They've been successful taking a BioWare property and making it great again.
Yeah, why don't we just do Dragon Age like that? Because it's kind of in that vein. Obviously the fantasy, yes, maybe in the gameplay slightly, but at the same time, it's like, are they going to come in here? They're keeping Andrew Wilson, which I think is the worst idea possible, and he's going to be like, well, I'm going to get you lots of money. So is it just going to be microtransactions out the ass?
That's what I'm concerned about.
Restructure and, layoff company or studios and sell off IP, but then we still continue with the microtransactions all the time. But what do we play here? Like, I have a list here: Battlefield, Burnout, Command and Conquer, Crysis, Dead Space, Dragon Age, FIFA, Madden, Mass Effect, Medal of Honor, Need for Speed, The Sims, Plant vs. Zombies, Army of Two, NBA Live, SimCity.
Army of Two and Burnout.
Those, yeah.
Fuck
Burnout's
yeah,
a
dude.
property
They
that
fucking.
I hope they sell Burnout to somebody that'll do good by,
dude.
you know?
What company would do good with that one? I think.
Man, I used to say Codemasters back in the day, but they haven't done anything great in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. There hasn't really been a good studio that's like done racing games well. I mean, Forza did well with but that's they're doing Fable right now, and that would be owned by Xbox. So I don't want that to happen.
I want another fucking Burnout, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, there's not EA doesn't have I mean, they have a lot of like really good, strong like money makers with like their Madden franchise and the FIFA stuff. And then, you know, Skate just launched. I think that's going to be super successful for them down the line. I think there's a good ramp up there, and that's still in early access. I think that's going to be a cash cow at some point.
And I think
feel like
Sims still has like a strong
still has a
cult
lot, yeah.
following, you know. But Dead Space, Dragon Age, Medal of Honor, I haven't seen anything.
No, Medal of Honor, well, because all the creative heads that were running that studio have gone off to Vince Zampella.
Yeah.
Well, Medal of Honor is now, Vince Zampella did Medal of Honor, and now he's doing Battlefield 6. So, yeah, so it's kind of all come full circle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in the short term, we're not going to see much of a change. I think
term.
Yeah, like we're thinking like 6 to 10 years in the future is when some of this stuff, if they want to take those long term bets on making some of this stuff like we've known and love, that's the only time we'll see what they're going to do. Cause
I think it's going to be quicker. I think it's going to be like in the first 2 years. Yeah.
Really?
No, I think we're going to be
What
like
game are they-
65.
No. Like they're going to have to start making moves on this stuff is what I mean. It's like, what are you saying?
I'm saying like for any of these to get like if they're going to make the new Dragon Age.
Oh, I see.
Like,
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you're not going to do it like this. You're going to do it like this.
Yeah,
or
I gotcha. Yeah.
Let's think of an actual Medal of Honor game that's going to be worth something. Or
I think
how are we going to revive Need for Speed? Like they can wait now that they're private and take those long bets, but at the same time, like they got to make up that $20 billion. So
Yeah.
Microtransactions, baby.
I mean, I don't see much changing in the near future.
Yeah.
With
10 years.
microtransactions. 10 years.
I can see something.
I mean, I don't think see anything good changing, but I feel like it's gonna be bad changing like very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
as soon as this stuff
gonna
happens,
be
like
rough.
they're gonna start laying off. They're probably gonna get rid of BioWare, which probably sucks. But I wouldn't be surprised if they don't just say like BioWare, you're sold, maybe somewhere else.
You're sold.
You're done.
Like
fired.
they're probably gonna get rid of. I mean, a lot of these small studios that they have that. I mean, EA Originals, I wouldn't be surprised if they stopped doing that. I'm actually, what I'm curious about too is, what's his name? Split Fiction guy. That's an EA company.
Shit.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
2
I don't
cent?
know. No, not
Oh.
2 cents.
What
That's not 10 cent. No.
Ferris or something.
Yeah, Joseph Ferris. Yeah.
I thought that was a fucking
What are they called?
property for some reason.
Eris.
I did
Joseph
not.
Eris.
Joseph Ferris.
Yosef.
Yosef.
Why didn't you just look up Split Fiction?
I mean, I probably should have.
Yeah, that would have been a lot easier.
You know what? Screw you.
Split Fiction or It Takes Two.
Haze Light. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that was like an EA thing for some reason.
Yeah, they are published by Electronic Arts.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. I mean, that's a good property that's done well for them and has been like good, like well renowned and stuff. So I think that's going to stick around. But the EA Originals as a whole, like beyond Haze Light, hasn't done a whole lot. There's been like what was that one game the Yarn game that they brought out, Unravel. That I think did okay and stuff. But I'm worried about that piece because I feel like they're just going to lean heavily back into let's do these microtransaction heavy based games.
Yep.
I mean, Battlefield 6 is going to be awesome, but like, I mean, they're wanting that to be a cash cow, I'm sure. And then Skate, probably going to keep pushing that to make that generate as much revenue as they can. Yeah, just kind of, I mean, it sucks. It's like there's definitely, we have so much consolidation happening right now in this industry, and I think that's what's been hurting the industry a lot. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that they do kind of break these out a little bit and like give them some new ownership because EA's never been great for a lot of these studios if they're not like the main thing for them. You know, if you're not the Madden, if you're not the Battlefield, if you're not the whatever, it's like everybody else is kind of like second fiddle. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
So here is EA Studios ranked from the most problem-ridden to the relatively solid. Number 1, BioWare, most problem-ridden. Number 2, Motive Studios. Number 3, Maxis. Number 4, EA Vancouver Sports Studio. Number 5, DICE. Number 6, Criterion / Codemasters.
Oh, shit, Criterion.
And number 7 is Fire Monkeys, which is mobile or smaller scale studios.
Oh, and they own Respawn too.
Yeah, Respawn.
Yeah.
Damn. Titanfall.
But DICE is third from the best, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, now it's Battlefield Studios.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they've combined all of them together.
But yeah, BioWare is definitely at the top of not good.
That'll be interesting. I mean, Motive is a studio I bet you they're going to drop. But that I think that might have been merged into Battlefield. I'm trying to remember who got merged into Battlefield Studios. Because Motive, the last game they did was... so it's Criterion, Ripple Effect, and Motive. Okay, never mind. So they're all one company now. Because Motive did a what was that Star Wars space game that was really fun?
Squadron.
Yeah, Squadrons. Yeah, they did that, and then they got merged into working on Battlefield. And Criterion was the one that did Burnout. That was the studio that did Burnout back in the day. Like they created Burnout series, and now they're lumped into Battlefield as well. Yeah, it's this is for me. It's definitely a weird situation just because it's going to be that debt is such a big piece of it that's going to be scary to see how they kind of handle it. And I'm just like, right when we're at the cusp of like this new game, Battlefield's back, baby, it's going to be awesome. Like next year, what is this going to look like? Like how quickly are they going to be like, oh, we're laying off 1,000 people at Battlefield Studios now, or something like that. Like, will that happen? And that's what I'm most afraid of. I mean, because clearly there's been no positiveness of Microsoft buying all these studios that they bought. I mean,
that's just been the trend is layoffs. Well, I mean, if you think, these studios aren't doing good, and the parent company EA has to, deal with that, and it kind of sucks. I mean, with BioWare, like I wouldn't blame them at this point. I mean, I know you guys enjoy the game, but I don't think it was received well overall.
No, it wasn't received well at all.
Didn't make that much money either, so it's just kind of one of those things. Like you got to do something as a business person.
But I will say, Ghost of Yotei already has made more money in 3 days than Ghost of Tsushima made in
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I saw that.
It's very, very cool to see.
Yeah. Back to Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of said what I need to say for this topic at this point. It's just,
it's really up in the air.
Time will tell what it looks like, but I mean, when I was like Jason Schreier was talking about, like, there's nothing about this that could really be like end super well for the industry just because of his history, and the debt is gonna, they got to pay that back. And like they're making, I think what they talked about, they make about $2 billion a year of like money that can pay this off. So they have to figure out how to like.
So they need 20 years.
They need 10 years, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But
Sorry.
But that's also not counting all the other things that are expenses that are beyond that debt. So, I mean, it's probably like a little small fraction of that. That's you're probably right. Actually, it's 20 years. You think, when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's scary. But I mean, I think they should have gone private. I think that's good. I just wish it was by a different thing. And a lot of people that I was listening to were like, this concept should be illegal. I don't know if it should be illegal or not, but I kind of agree with it. 'Cause it's like, hey, yeah, we can pay $55 billion for this. We're not really paying $55 billion because we're basically putting debt on the books, and that's what's paying for it. But like, that's not paid for. I mean, that's how the government operates. Basically, like, just go further and further in debt. But it's like,
just fucking people.
Yeah, if you don't have the money for it, you shouldn't be able to pay for it,
You can't tax debt.
That's life.
So that size. I mean, I guess so we get debt when we buy a house and stuff, but not to the tune of $20 billion.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Elon will buy it.
Elon should buy a game studio.
Yeah. Surprised he hasn't yet.
Buy Blizzard.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I want to see how much it would cost to buy Blizzard.
Activision Blizzard.
Would it cost to purchase Activision Blizzard in
That's right.
2025. Okay, here we go. This is it. So from chat, if we were to buy Activision Blizzard in 2025, be around 75.
75 billion?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Buy it
That's a
tomorrow.
lot more.
Okay, here we go. Conservative scenario. The base estimated value 70 billion. The premium would be plus 14 billion, so estimated all-in price is 84. But if you wanted to be aggressive at 40%, the estimated all-in price would be 105 billion.
Wow.
Probably not get that one.
Yeah.
Skip out on that
Oh
one.
shit, they own F1 too. Damn, F1 25.
I feel like EA owns anything sporting
Yeah,
related.
I agree.
Really.
Yeah, they pretty much have it all in the bag. EA, it's in the game.
It's in the game.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also, I forgot that they started that Saudi Arabia started that, or they bought. Did they buy or they create the golf league that's competing against PGA?
Oh, yeah.
I hear about that.
I did hear about that.
That was like their first foray into like going beyond
bought
like
it?
oil. Or I think they created it.
Oh, okay.
And then they gave a bunch of money to a bunch of players, like to hey, come play for our league instead of PGA, and that created a whole bunch of kerfuffle. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's still running, doing
That's
their
good.
thing because they just got a shit ton of money over there they're sitting on. So they're like, let's just buy this stuff. And EA is one of those stuff.
Good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Electronic Arts purchased $55 billion. 2026 is going to be interesting. Grand Theft Auto comes out next year. We'll see how much money they make. Next thing you know, they'll be buying Rockstar for $100 billion.
I doubt it.
Doubt it, yeah. Probably not, but
Yeah.
it would be crazy. Take-Two's not going to sell that, though. They want that. They want that money.
They want to keep that one.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, let us know what y'all think about this. Do you think it's a good thing or do you think it's a bad thing? Yeah. And Battlefield 6 comes out this week, so get hyped. Can't wait.